What's up, everyone? This is Not That It Matters, the show where we talk about opinions that do not matter. I'm Ryan.
I'm Bert.
Why not it matters?
Why not that it matters? I believe that all of us have opinions, whether biased or subjective, and I feel like we should be able to express them. So at the end of the day, whatever we talk about, many of it might be, factual. Many of it will have,
Just really bad opinions sometimes.
most than likely just bad opinions. Take it like a grain of salt. At the end of the day, not that it matters. So who are we? My name's Alberto. You can call me Bert.
I'm Ryan. You can call me Ryan.
Who are we? Shit.
Orland alum. Orland High School alum. Orland fool.
Orland fool. I don't know. Like, what do we talk about this part? Like, so who am I?
Go over your resume, dude.
Yeah. Okay. 6 feet tall, 264 pounds. No, I was kidding.
6'3", 250. I'm going down. We'll talk about that later.
Who are we? I'm a Chico State alum. I'm getting my master's. Trying to work in higher ed and student services. I like powerlifting. I low key am a nerd in a sense. I love Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean. What else? Big Harry Potter guy. I love EDM, metalcore, and reggaeton. Dímelo, mami, ya tú sabes. What about you, guy?
Well, I'm Ryan. I am currently going to Western Governors University and going through the elementary education department, I guess. Trying to get the elementary education degree so I can be a teacher. Currently working in education.
I don't want you teaching my kids.
I wouldn't either, but here we go. I'm just kidding. Let's see. I used to go to Butte College. We actually took classes together when we first got there. Hence why we have both failed.
I have a degree.
I'm working on it. But yeah, I was into powerlifting for a little bit. Right now I'm just trying to get into better shape. Into basketball, a little bit into football, not as much as him though. And I like a little bit of EDM too. My choice of rock is all over the place. I go metalcore, I go hard rock, I do all kinds of stuff.
He's been listening to the same bands that we thought were cool in 3rd grade.
So what? No, I like Deftones, and right now I'm really into Amity Affliction and Architect and Architects, Dance. So I'm all over the place with it, but so we just wanted to start this show, and we thought it'd be fun. We have a little bit of time on our hands, not too much because we're both really busy, but the time we do have, might as well have some fun doing this, So,
introducing this project. So, what is this about? Who is this for? Honestly, piggybacking off what he was saying, it's it's just two dudes being guys, really just giving maybe random facts, opinions, with some time in our hands. In reality, we don't know the direction this is going. As of right now, we're just going on a show to show basis. And the thing is that we talked about this a while ago, and probably about a year ago, dude, we should just create a podcast where we just talk about random stuff, a whole spectrum of conversations that really don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's not like we're experts.
Yeah,
we're just here to talk. It's basically like a talk show in a sense, not really a podcast.
I think it's more of just you and me having conversations that we usually do at the gym.
Yeah, and we will be having some featured guests.
That's going into goals, though.
Yeah, that is going into goals. So yeah, that is part of our goals for this.
So let's kind of jump into it a little bit. Let's go into our goals for 2020 as a project and as individually. So right now, let's go into more of goals for the podcast. So like you said, we want to go into getting more guests, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some featured guests that we would like to get. Maybe we don't know yet for sure, but we would like to get our friend Jonathan, aka Peepees.
Yeah, just random shit. He has random shit. Like
Language.
My bad. Gossip. Our British chap that is over there in London, Rob. He kind of had this project where he, like, in a sense, when he was here in Northern California, where he was doing the same thing. He was podcasting and just spieling about random things. I think that later on when we talk about sports that we care about, I feel like it'd be a great thing to bring him in because I personally love soccer. I'm more of a football guy. He's more into basketball, but he could bring a big component to the soccer topic. And since he's British, I'm sure you would all love his accent. Yeah. But, and talk about how bland their breakfast is.
Ugh.
But yeah, as of right now, we don't have any set goals other than going, on a topic basis, week to week. We're just gonna see what we can do with the time that is given to us. That's from Lord of the Rings. But
oh man,
all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Gandalf to Frodo. But yeah, as of right now, it's just little by little, and who knows? We don't know. But in regard to ourselves, what are our goals? New year, new me. What day is it today?
The 12th. We're 12 days into 2020, so yeah. That's already 12 days wasted for you.
No, because I've been doing things. So what are our goals for 2020?
I mean, I know for me, I want to, because my girlfriend's birthday is in May, and I was really planning down.
Weird flex, but okay. Telling us you have a girlfriend, cool, dude. Okay. I'm just kidding.
And my goal is actually to slim down a lot by her birthday, which is the end of May. So I'm 250 pounds right now, and I want to get down to at least 230, 225 by then. It takes a lot of diet rather than exercise. I mean, it takes both, but mostly diet. So that's the hard part. But that's my goal for that. But as far as like career wise, I mean, right now I'm trying to finish out the school year, and then we'll see what happens next year because I might be switching organizations as far as district wise, like same job, just different company basically. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that. And then other than that, I really can't think of anything else. What about you?
Goals, travel. I want to keep traveling. Also, yeah, what he was saying about losing weight and fitness. I know this is it's a wide spectrum, and that's why none of this matters. But, get back in shape. I used to do cardio all the time with powerlifting in the side, and it really helped. And then last year, I just stopped doing cardio. I was working as a bouncer, so I was clocking in at 8 p.m., getting off at 3 in the morning, and then I could wake up at 11. And even going to the gym was just a burden, and it was tedious. So now that I don't do that anymore, I want to get back to cardio. The only time I did cardio last year I went on a run with this girl that I was talking to, and yeah, it was so for about a week, and after that I quit. I will be more consistent this year. 12 days in, and I've done cardio 3 times so far.
Hey, I do cardio every day before my workout, so
I do cardio too when I warm up 5 minutes on
10.
Yeah, 5 minutes on the bike, but yeah, today I'm doing cardio. Hold me accountable to it. But now that we're in that topic, we can go ahead and transition to more of fitness and actually scope down on and detail things out. In regard to fitness, right now I'm roughly fluctuating from 264 to 270 pounds. In 2016, I feel like everybody peaked, including myself. I was 236 pounds with Twisted Steel and Sex Appeal. And everything was good. My chest was scoring up. I had abs coming in, and I was looking fine and aging like wine. And now it's just that was 30 pounds ago. And
so you're declining.
Well, when we get older, we do decline. We start producing red blood cells. So we start dying little by little. But yeah, my goal is to get down into possibly the 240s. I bench 395 right now. I want to get to 400.
Talk about a flex.
I want to improve my squats. My max squat is 495. I want to get to 500. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially at 240 pounds. Sheesh. My deadlift is 545. I want to break into 600s. I've slowly converted from conventional to sumo, and if you don't have any idea what that is all about, we will talk about this probably later today or maybe at the next podcast.
Maybe we can even show a little bit on how to do it too.
Yeah,
we can do an on-site podcast.
Okay,
yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
Goals.
But yeah, that's for me in fitness. But yeah, I might be going back. Oh, so I'm going to Hawaii next week. Not so much like I don't really care about how I look right now because it's kind of like, I just want to look like a tank. But I might. My buddy's getting married in Hawaii in July, and part of it is I want to look good, so I could just be walking around like with my shirt off and be like, yo, dude, like breaking necks, snapping checks, and and just because how I like to say, if you're under 200 pounds, if you have abs, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Now, if you're like 225 pounds and you have abs, okay, dude, you might not be natural. You might be on steroids. But
you're in that sweet spot.
Yeah,
sweet spot.
But if you have abs at like 220, 230, 240, 264, okay. All right. But
185 with abs is pretty good. But you have to be straight up ripped though.
Yeah, but like if you bench like 185 and you weigh 185, like cool.
I mean, I weigh 250. I don't even know what I bench right now. I know it's more than what I weigh, but so last year,
rule of thumb, if you could bench 100 pounds more than your body weight, you're good.
Which I was getting close to.
Yeah.
So in 2019, I was at my lightest at the beginning of the year. The lowest I think I got was like 227.
Then you got a girlfriend.
That's not why. No, for real. The reason why is because I started school again, and then I worked from 8 to 6, and I could come home, and I would try to get a workout in after work, but I still had homework to do after that. And I completely stopped going to the gym for like a month, I think.
Yeah, I know.
And it really showed because I just wanted to get my homework done. But one point, I stopped making excuses, and I decided to go at like freaking 6 in the morning, sometimes earlier, to get at least an hour and 15 minutes of a workout in. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the like I used to do a lot more than that, but at least I'm getting something in, and I'm eating healthier at this point too. So I'm at 250 now. I was at 256. I want to say 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so I've dropped 6 pounds already, which is pretty good.
How long ago?
2 weeks. It's not bad. So I'm working on getting lower and lower. It comes with nutrition. Yeah.
And with that being said, he's just said he lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks. That's 14 days. So I'm gonna seem like he lost 3 pounds a week or something like that. It's not true. Who knows? This gives me hope that I can lose like 3 pounds by next weekend.
You should be dedicated to eating right and you constantly.
He suggested a water cut.
I was kidding. Although
let me die by next week. Just not drink water.
I said a water cut for 2 days. You'll be fine for 2 days. You might be really hungry and you might be a little tired, and it's probably not the healthiest thing to do, but the worst idea. I'm totally kidding, but
yeah, we will talk about our fitness journey, I guess, and there'll probably be like a segment. It's not gonna be like always, but I'm like, yo, dude, I lost 6 pounds. Show you the abs real quick. Not there yet. I kind of got the fluff, or something like that. But maybe I can put like a video of me like repping 315 on bench, looking hella swole.
I'll put up a video of me repping 225, looking hella swole.
My goal is to be the most jacked academic advisor
at Chico State. You're the most hot-headed one.
Yeah, that is true.
But honestly, man, like I might get on Candido again and try to not necessarily like, because I every time I do squats or deadlifts, I always hurt my back. I know it's completely my fault. My form is not the greatest.
Genetics too.
Yeah, and I do have a lot of issues with my lower back. They were good for a while, but that's because I did stop doing squats and stuff. Um, but that's completely on me. So I don't know if I'm going to implement those as much. I'm going to try to do it a little bit, maybe not for personal record, but more of just the actual movement, just to have it in there. You know,
Functionality.
Yeah. So I'll probably do that. But as far as like upper body, I'm really going to try to get that jacked up again. Lower body, I'm going to try to get it. I'm just going to get cut, be in good shape for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plus, I have basketball. I love playing basketball.
Go Kings.
No, go Portland Trailblazers. Thank you. And I'm in a league most of the year, 2 times out of the year, for like 2.5 months or something like that. And I played out of shape. I've played in shape. Don't play out of shape. Sucks. But other than that, I think that's pretty much my fitness goals for the year, I believe. What about you? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
So now that we're like talking about, he's just talking about basketball.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on to the segment. What's going on in the sports that we like?
We don't care about your other sports like golf and. I understand golf is fun sometimes. I don't like watching it. Sorry.
It's not baseball season. We don't care right now.
Yeah.
So what's going
I like
on?
Watching baseball. To be honest with you. I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah,
still.
I'm a Giants fan too. So what's going on in the sports that we like? The NFL. So right now, today, it is
Sunday, January 12th.
Sunday, January 12th, and yesterday and you know what? Let's just go back to the wild card, AFC. The Titans beating the Patriots, great. I hate the Patriots.
Who doesn't?
And I'll tell you why. I am a Raiders fan. I hate Tom Brady. I don't care if he's the greatest quarterback ever. I hate the Patriots and everything that they stand for. Absolutely everything. Okay? So, kudos to the Titans. I only know one person who's a Titans fan. Shout out to my boy and my old coach, Colin Baroy from San Diego. Anyways, let's fast forward to yesterday. My best friend, arguably my best friend, Adolfo is a Ravens fan. Since 2013 when they beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm going to call you out. Yeah, you know it's true. You're the biggest bandwagoner I know. They lost to the Titans. The Titans are red hot. Okay, Ryan Tannehill, who couldn't get it done with the Miami Dolphins, is all of a sudden getting it done with the Titans. If I'm the Dolphins right now, I'm like, dude, what the heck? Why couldn't you do this for us?
Right.
The Titans are. The Dolphins are trash. No offense, Trey. I know you're a Dolphins fan. I'm sorry, but they're trash. Why Tannehill's all of a sudden getting it done in Tennessee? I do not know. The Titans bench Mariota after I think they were like 2-4. Tannehill comes in 7-3. They end up being 9-7. They beat the Patriots, probably the favorite to win the Super Bowl, if not the Ravens. The Ravens number 1 seed. They beat them yesterday in Maryland, and then today. Oh, actually, yesterday. Let's talk about yesterday.
Yeah.
The Niners.
The Niners won. Oh, Niners fan.
He's a Niners fan. They beat
since birth.
He's not. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Hey, he's only a fan when they're good. I swear to God.
No.
Anyway, they beat.
Baby pictures.
They beat the Vikings, who I personally, no offense to the Vikings, do not believe they should have been there in the first place.
No.
The Saints should have been there. The Saints are arguably a way better team, well-rounded, offensively, defensively, compared to the Vikings. No offense to the Vikings.
You got to give Vikings a little bit of credit because they went out and balled up against the New Orleans. They balled up.
Yeah, exactly. And
they won that. They were the better team that day.
Yeah, that day. And honestly, shout out to my boy Malik and Bri. I know you guys are Saints fans. You guys have been jigged like the last 3 years. Like, honestly, the last 3 years. I was hoping that it was going to be either the Saints or the Seahawks. Go Hawks. I'm a Raiders fan, but right now I'm rooting for the Hawks.
You used to be a Hawks fan.
No, I wasn't.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I give him a lot of crap.
I just root for the Seahawks when they play the Niners. I wanted either the Seahawks or the Saints in the Super Bowl, and from the NFC, and then either the Ravens. Yeah, it was basically the Ravens from the AFC because the Raiders, obviously, we never win. We never win.
Never.
But honestly, I will give the Niners kudos. The team itself this year is really, really good. They have a three-headed monster back in the backfield for running backs. Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle is the real deal. Hey, George Kittle is a top 3 tight end. Their defense is amazing. If your whole defensive line is for our first rounders, you expect them to play well, right? Well, they are. And now with them getting back Kywan Alexander at linebacker and D Ford, that defense is only getting better and better. And I hate to admit it, but I think that they might be going to the Super Bowl, which I hope I'm wrong.
I think they will, because they're gonna play either Green Bay or Seattle next time. I'm hoping, as a Niners fan, I'm hoping that we play against Green Bay because Green Bay is probably the better team, but I feel like we play better against Green Bay than we do the Seahawks. For some reason, we have a hard time playing against the Seahawks.
It's because it's just division rival.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess as a football fan, I should go for the Seahawks so that we can play against them.
It makes it funner.
Yeah, I want to win.
Yeah.
And then we will. I think we can win against Seahawks too, especially since we have all our defensive players back. I think we have one player on injured reserve, and that's the healthiest we've been since I think week 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have D Ford back, we have Kywan Alexander back, we have everybody right now. So, and I'm telling you, Jimmy G, as much flack as he gets, I think he's better than what people say he is. I don't think he's the next coming of Joe Montana or Steve Young. Very well could be, just not this season. But I think he's very capable. He is he's clutch. I mean, he throws an interception a game. I get that. Like it's.
See, with Garoppolo, it's like a 2 touchdown, 1 interception ratio.
It's like a 3-1.
No, it's 2-1.
He has 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions for the year. I mean,
yeah. Okay. So, all right, enough about the Niners. Nobody cares.
Okay, I do.
Okay, but
I think it's going to be Niners versus Chiefs.
Okay, and let's talk about that right now. Right now, the Chiefs are playing the Texans as of right now. When I left work, the Texans were up, I believe, 24-3. So far, it's the third quarter, and the Chiefs have scored 34 unanswered points. I personally...
31.
34.
I know it's 34, but you had...
31. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It was 24-3, 34... Now they have 34 points.
34.
That's 31 unanswered.
Yeah, but... Yes. It was 24-0 at a time.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Anyways. I hate the Chiefs. I'm a Raiders fan. I hate the Chiefs. So, for me personally, I would love the Texans to somehow come back. I'm a big Deshaun Watson fan. He was my quarterback for fantasy football. We couldn't get it done this year. We got second, but there's always next year. And then for later on in the NFC divisional round, we got the Seahawks and the Packers. Yeah, cool. Aaron Rodgers is from Chico. Woo, Chico. But I personally don't care for the Packers. I want the Seahawks to win. Russell Wilson, great quarterback, great professional. I just love everything about it. The dude's a winner. Okay, he revolutionized the quarterback position by being 5'11", like 205 pounds. Anyways, I want the Seahawks, Seahawks and Niners championship round. It'll be the third time this season where they play. And
we're 1-1 right now.
Yeah, it'll be like a tiebreaker. Yeah, it'll be a tiebreaker with them going back and forth this season. But I think and that's a better bet. Because, like what he was saying, I think that this year, I believe, didn't the Packers ever play the Niners?
Yeah, we destroyed them.
Yeah, so I'd rather have the Seahawks. But I'd rather have the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. No offense.
That's fine.
And then, how it's looking is going to be probably Chiefs and Titans. I hope the Titans win. Shout out to my boy Colin. But also, enough with NFL. Let's talk about college football.
And this is where I check out.
So last year, today, so I don't know if you know how the calendar goes, but
the Mayan calendar?
Well, yeah. So last year, today was a Monday. So tomorrow, today, anyways, last year, today was a Monday, And last year, I was actually fortunate enough to go to the national championship. Incredible experience. It was down,
Santa Clara, right?
in Santa Clara, not that far from here. My buddy and I, he's a huge Bama fan. Since when, I do not know. I personally am a die-hard Notre Dame, love the Notre Dame. Every single time they come to California, I go down to Stanford to watch them. So I was hoping that Notre Dame made it to the top 4 in the college playoff. I was hoping that to go to the national championship. They went to it in 2012. They lost to Alabama. I cried. It was not even a game. They scored over 40 points on us. It was. I think Manti Te'o was having some conflict with his girlfriend still. All love to Manti. I love him, man. He was my favorite player growing up. But I was fortunate enough to go to that last year, and Clemson absolutely destroyed Bama. Mm. Nobody saw it coming. Absolutely nobody. Now, this year, it's Clemson again with an SEC opponent, the LSU Tigers, who do have the Heisman winner, Joe Burrow. Burrow, I don't know how you say it.
Bro.
No, you're a liar. Don't listen to him.
Come on, bro.
It's going to be great. It's tomorrow. It's in Miami, though, so this time I'm not going. But I just saw this hype video, I think it was yesterday, of LSU, and I'm not rooting for LSU, but I almost was going to be like, go LSU, go Tigers. But I'm going to stick with Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. I hope you go off, Sunshine. And I hope the Raiders draft Isaiah Simmons, which we'll talk about probably later on in sports. But yeah, that's from my end.
I am a Oregon Ducks fan. I have been for many, many years. I don't follow college football all that much, though. All I know is that they had a pretty decent year. They went to the Rose Bowl, and they had a really good. Well, it was a good game, and
it's Wisconsin.
Yeah, and they ended up winning. Actually, on the way back from Red Bluff, which is like 15 minutes away from here, something like that, on I-5, I saw the Oregon Ducks semi going by and had all their equipment.
It's crazy. I see a few years ago. I think it was in 2012 when they were going to play the national championship down in 2012, 2010, 2011. I forget. They played in the national championship. I believe it was the national, or I think it was a Rose Bowl. Don't quote me. Not that it matters. But I too did see that that semi. Fun fact: I believe if it's in high school, back in my day, up until I think maybe still. The company that like how does it goes over their equipment to make sure it's up to national standards is actually located not that far from here.
Really?
Yeah, it's in Gridley.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember hearing about that, and then my old football coach confirmed it, and I was like, what the heck? But yeah,
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Is that what's going on in sports that we like, or?
I mean, we can talk about basketball really quick. Like you said, you're a Sacramento Kings fan. I'm a Portland Trailblazers fan. I don't think either team's really doing great this year. My team, they really regressed. Especially, I mean, we have injuries, but we made moves this offseason that were supposed to be a lot better. Turns out they're not. They're just not. I don't know if we're not meshing or I don't know. But we got Melo. We signed Melo, and he's been doing decent for us.
I forgot Melo was still alive.
I mean, he's doing decent. He's actually not doing bad at all. He's never been a defensive player, but he just hit a game winner the other night.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's most ever by any player over Kobe, over LeBron. So that's pretty good, man. But they're not, like I said, they're not doing very well. They're I think 8th in the West, and with a losing record. Last year we were like up and down with 3rd and 1st. So it's a bit of a regression, but we're working on it. So other than that, Lakers are killing it. Unfortunately,
see, I'm a Kings fan. The only thing we got going for us is De'Aaron Fox and our social media pages.
Yeah, they are pretty tight.
But other than that, I think just LeBron James needs to let go of that hairline. I feel like he's getting it redone every single game.
I want him to endorse us, man. What are you doing? Come on. All right, let's
change of pace.
Change
of gear.
Change the gear. We're gonna stay away from hating on LeBron because he's a bad man. LeBron James. So it is now time for the best segment of the entire podcast, the entire show. Oh, it's Star Wars time, baby. So I don't know. What do you want to call us? We should come up with a name eventually for our Star Wars talk. We could be.
He's an Ewok.
The Cantina, you know. I have my Stormtrooper 3D glasses from when.
Those others really Stormtrooper?
Yeah, these are the Stormtroopers. These are from the movie when The Force Awakens when it came out. Which I don't know. We have to talk about the movies for me to get into this. What are you doing? Just stop it. Real 3D, baby. All right, so
we actually watched it. I watched it for the second time last night.
Second time yesterday.
And
I saw it opening day.
I saw it the weekend after I was doing finals. So
yeah, I saw it. Well, I didn't have finals, so I got to see it opening night.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the second showing of the night. 3D, super late. I was so tired I was falling asleep, but I didn't. I watched the whole thing, and I watched it the second time to confirm my feelings. And I actually,
and very conflicting ideas of what we thought about it. We'll go into it. So let's go ahead and start out with a show, through Disney Plus, The Mandalorian. What did you? Are you done with it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, I am done with it too, and I don't mean I'm done with it. Like, no, I don't want to see it anymore. I've officially finished the whole season. What do you think about it?
It's the best thing that happened in Star Wars since 2005 when the Rise of Skywalker. No, not the Rise of Skywalker. What the hell is it called? What is it? Revenge of the Sith.
He's a Star Wars guy.
Okay, don't even start.
Okay, I'm kidding. I don't want. Okay.
I know I have more Star Wars knowledge than you.
He does. I will give him that. It's a pause right there. Remember that one time we took a quiz?
Yeah.
On Star Wars knowledge?
Yeah.
And then Lord of the Rings knowledge?
And I beat you in Lord of the Rings.
He beat me on Lord of the Rings!
Which is BS.
BS.
He knows way more than I know when it comes to Lord of the Rings.
There were just selected questions that were obviously like
catered to me.
Catered to him. And
I knew him.
I got the hardest ones. Like, when was Gimli born? Like, I don't freaking know that.
Say that. Get out of here. All right, let's get back to Star Wars, all right? We can talk about our nerd universe. We can add that as a segment later.
Okay.
But we're going to stick with this right now. Star Wars, The Mandalorian.
Because it's more relevant. It's more relevant.
Yes. I love The Mandalorian. It seriously was the best thing that happened since 2005. It's not a knock towards the new ones. It's just, I personally love The Mandalorian so much that it was just amazing.
This is the way.
This is the way. Baby Yoda. I mean, I know it's not actually Baby Yoda, but we could talk about that in trends too. But geez, man,
talk about blowing up.
Yeah,
and just taking over social media
completely.
Like, there was a meme for Baby Yoda for everything. On God, for everything.
Give my chicky nuggies.
Yeah,
but no, I mean the Mandalorian himself, Mando.
Yeah, Mando.
He was.
What's his name? I forget the name.
The actor?
Yeah. No. The Mandalorian's actual name for the show.
I think it's just Mando.
Really?
I don't think they ever gave him a name other than Mando.
They did. He didn't. Moff Gideon calls him by his full name.
Oh, you're right. I don't remember it though.
It starts with a D.
Yeah. I have no idea. I have to watch it again. I've only seen the entire series, each episode once.
We're going to go back and probably watch it again.
Yeah, we'll do a binge the whole season. I mean, they're only half hour each.
Yeah.
But super good, man. I would give it honestly like a. I don't like giving out 10s out of 10s because I honestly think
there's something wrong.
There's room for improvement.
Yeah.
There always is.
Yeah.
And there was one episode where I was like, I don't know about
which one do you think it was?
It was the one where they went back to Tatooine.
Yep.
I was just like, and I know the one on the prison one, it kind of was just like a side mission thing, but it was so good though. But the one on Tatooine, it was just like it was all right. So I would personally give this I want to say it's higher than a 7.5, but it's lower than an 8. And
7.7. 7.7.
Okay, we'll give it that 7.75. It was amazing. It was so good.
On contrary to what he says, I think it'd be like an 8.5.
I just think there's so much room for improvement.
No, most definitely. I think
Moff Gideon was so good, man.
I will tell you, the first episode blew me out of the water. I'm like,
for sure.
Why can't we not just binge it right now? Yeah. It was all strategic,
and it was only half hour long.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of different directors that were directing every single one. Mm-hmm. They had, the creators were Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. And Dave Filoni actually did a couple of the episodes he directed. I think he did the Tatooine one. Dave Filoni is one of the best things to happen to Star Wars since George Lucas, because he actually worked under George Lucas, and he's the creator of Clone Wars and Rebels and all that stuff, all the cartoons and stuff like that, which are vastly underrated. At least from other people. If you're a Star Wars fan, you watch those because they're just that good. But
wait, are you talking about Clone Wars, the movie or the show?
The show. The
movie.
See,
so we've discussed this before, and Star Wars Rebels, and I personally have never watched them. I have, and when I mean I haven't watched them, I haven't never seen a full series. I have watched a few episodes. I just wasn't a big fan of them.
Yeah. No, I've watched all Clone Wars. I've watched all of Rebels. I started Resistance. I honestly, that one I couldn't get into. It just felt way too Disney, way too kiddish. I couldn't do it. But Dave Filoni is amazing, and he did direct some of the episodes. Yeah. And those were the episodes I was like, those are the weakest ones. But Jon Favreau, I think, did one. The guy who did the third Thor movie. He directed the last movie, and he's actually voices the robot, the one that was a
IG unit.
Yeah,
IG-11.
Yes.
IG unit, stand down.
Yes, he voiced him. He directed the last episode, and it was amazing. Okay,
unit, IG-11, unsung hero.
Yeah,
dude. If you have not seen it, watch it. Watch it. Watch it. So, overall, Mandalorian, great show. Where it's going, we do not know. But at the very end, as you've probably already seen all over YouTube, if you are familiar with The Mandalorian, and if you are familiar with Star Wars universe, the whole Darksaber with Moff Gideon brings so many open possibilities. I personally am looking very forward to the next season. This year cannot go by fast enough.
Yeah.
But it's so open. Who is he? Who is Moff Gideon? How does he know the Mando's name? All these things we do not know. How is he possessing the Darksaber? We do not know.
So you know how he was talking about that there was a Siege of Mandalore, I believe.
Yeah, Siege of Mandalore. Yeah.
So that was actually a deleted episode from Clone Wars that I believe that they're actually going into with the new season of Clone Wars that's coming on Disney Plus. I don't know when. I think March or something like that. And it's going to show exactly probably who Moff Gideon is and what exactly happened at the Siege of Mandalore. How he got the Darksaber, because the Darksaber was a lightsaber that was created by the first Mandalorian Jedi way back in the day.
A union of both cultures.
Yes, way back in the day. There's never been. I don't think there's ever been another Mandalorian Jedi.
Nope. Yes, there are some in Clone Wars and Rebels, and if you look into it, I don't know the names for sure. But what we know originally, after that guy, and I'm not talking about I'm talking about that's not really spoken of in cartoons and such, or in Rebels and Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Besides that first Jedi, I don't have no idea. So that's why when I saw that, I have I believe a slight grasp on the whole Darksaber topic, and once I saw Moff Gideon hold it, I was like, dude, was he a Mandalorian?
No,
there's no way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And from what I understand, he probably killed the
previous owner,
which I know who it is. It's the at least she still had it. It was the Sith. Okay, there was a ruler of Mandalore during the Clone Wars, and it's the girl who was had relations with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Later, she ended up dying. I forget how. And in Rebels, Sabine ends up getting the Darksaber.
Yeah.
But Sabine had it, and she was in a bad spot with the rest of Mandalorian. I forget why, but I think she created. I don't want to get into spoiler territory, but she's in a bad spot with them. And then
A Jedi who also...
They wouldn't accept her with the lightsaber, the dark saber, because she did not take it from Darth Maul.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darth Maul had it.
So they wouldn't accept her as a ruler of Mandalore because she has a darksaber, because she didn't get it from...
Yeah, don't you have to kill the person?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, in order to take over Mandalore, or like be the ruler of Mandalore,
or at least give it or whatever. So, and then she gives it to the sister of the girl who used to have a relationship with Obi-Wan.
For sure.
So her sister ended up getting it.
She died. The girl that had the relationship with Obi-Wan, she
so her sister,
yeah,
is the one who has it last.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens during the Siege of Mandalore. Other than that, I mean,
I think that one day we could just like talk about Mandalorians,
Yeah.
Canderous Ordo.
I mean, weapons are a part of their culture, so
Yeah.
this is the way. Is there anything else about the Mandalorian? What are some things that you're looking forward to this coming season? Because I, for one, am looking forward to finding out who Baby Yoda is. Yeah. And I don't know if necessarily we need to find out where he's from.
That's one of the things that I wanted to know, is because, in Star Wars Knights of the Republic, there is a Jedi Master who is of that Yoda species. We don't know where they're from. One of the things that I've understood about the Yoda species is that they are Force sensitive. Mm-hmm. And there was a time while the Republic was actually trying to ask Yoda where his home planet was, because the Republic knew that they were a Force sensitive species, but they are not so much a warrior/war type of species. So one of the things that, if you do vast research, they never actually give out or identify their home world, because they don't want to be involved with war in that whole thing that is going on during each time period. But there are great Jedis who are of Yoda species in this history of Star Wars. The names I do not have in the top of my head.
Well, we have to be careful too, because some of those things, I don't know if they're necessarily considered canon anymore.
Yeah.
They're considered legends.
Yeah.
So they technically are stories that can be told, but they're not necessarily true.
Yeah.
So they can piggyback off of them, but we don't know if they'll take it or not.
True.
But yeah, so let's kind of move on to the Rise of Skywalker real quick. So we saw it last night.
Yeah. And so the first time I watched the whole thing besides one part. And that was when, if you have
the best part too.
Yeah, Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, and Rey kissed. I missed that whole part.
Oh, you missed that part?
I told you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
No, yeah, I missed it because I was texting my buddy because he took my seat. And while I left,
this is my face the entire time.
Yeah, I was just like, and then yesterday when we watched it again, I actually watched it and it was cringe. Yeah. They didn't need to do that.
They didn't.
They didn't.
Like it was probably just like hey, you saved my life, let me kiss you type of thing, you know. But still, at the same time, I was just like, I don't know, I didn't like it.
So yeah, he was telling me he personally didn't like it the second time around. The first time, I was waiting for more things to happen. I was on the edge of my seat where I was expecting more things, and I feel like the second time that I watched it, I actually enjoyed it a little bit more. But I will say that because it's Disney, there is some cringe moments, like the whole running around when they're prepping to go and go to Exegol. Mm-hmm. It was just like unnecessary, like running around, and it was just, like, everybody was like happy and smiling, like, dude, like what the heck? It's like an army of like 10 versus like all these Star Destroyers, and you know. And then I was gonna say the whole. Sorry to cut you off, but because it's in my head right now.
No, go ahead.
The Luke Skywalker part, when Rey throws the saber into the fire, he catches it and walks out like, "What are you doing?"
No, he says a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
that was a direct hit towards the Last Jedi, because he just that was a big F you to Rian Johnson.
I know, and I personally didn't like that whole idea of him like being dead since the prior movie, and him coming out and walking around and using the Force.
That's fine, because he's a Force ghost. I just don't like that he's able to interact with lightsabers and do all this stuff.
Use the Force.
Yeah, I mean,
bringing out the X-wing out of the water, the one that he used.
Obi-Wan never did that. And
Yeah.
I understand he could probably have learned about this before passing away, so he was able to do more things as a Force Ghost. Because I think that's the explanation. I don't know. I don't personally like it either, but yeah, it is what it is. That's not my only problem with that movie, though.
Okay, go ahead.
What is it called? The hyperspace jumping. Stupid. Okay. First of all,
I didn't care for it.
It's stupid because think of it like this, dude. The last movie, right? The whole plot of that movie was them trying to go into hyperdrive and into hyperspace and getting away from the First Order, right?
Yeah.
But the First Order had them on an invisible, like a string, so they were able to follow them because of this machine that they had inside of the dreadnought or whatever. Not the dreadnought, but whatever. What's his name? Snoke's ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, why is it that TIE fighters, first of all, have hyperdrives in their ships in the first place? And two, why are they able to follow the Millennium Falcon into hyperspace?
What I got from this is when they went into hyperspace or hyperdrive or whatever, I feel like like when you watch it, when they actually go into it, I feel because it left that trail that they're able to go through that trail that it was left.
But that's never been in Star Wars lore that I know of. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just didn't like it because the whole hyperspace jumping was stupid in the first place. How are TIE fighters able to hyperspace in the first place? They were never supposed to hyperspace.
Well, they lost anyways.
I know, but it doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah.
One thing I did like, and we missed it last night because we got in there late, was the beginning where Kylo Ren is just bullhorning everybody. Like, just stiff-arming everybody, Heisman and everybody.
Heisman.
You know, it's, you look at it, it's like, whatever, he's just killing everybody. I mean, it's a cool scene, but, there's no importance other than he found the holocron or whatever, the tracker they call it. That is Mustafar.
Yeah.
In the visual dictionary, it says that is Mustafar, and where he's fighting is actually, I believe it's either inside or right next to Vader's castle. And the reason why it's not all volcanic-y and like lava everywhere is because the planet is coming back to life. Ever since Vader passed and the Sith kind of went away for a while, the dark side of the Force is starting to leave. I believe that planet. There's a whole story that you can learn about Mustafar in Vader Immortal on the VR game, but I never played it. I just watched it on YouTube. But that's Mustafar, and it's coming back to life, and that's why you see all the trees and everything. And those the people that he's killing are actually Vader fanboys, basically, and they were keeping that place safe and whatever. And when Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren came in, they just killed everybody just to get that holocron. So that part is super cool.
I actually did not know about Mustafar until he actually brought it up as of late.
I told you like a week ago or so.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, man, I don't know. I liked it at first, and it's starting to get less and less interesting to me. I don't like this new Star Wars sequels.
No, yeah, most definitely. I feel like that. Even though you might not have liked Rise of Skywalker, I believe that Rise of Skywalker actually saved the trilogy.
Oh, the fan service was amazing. It was a lot, but I loved it. They're like the dagger. I didn't like the whole dagger thing.
Yeah, we talked.
What are we, the Goonies? But it's just, I don't know. I didn't like that they brought back Palpatine, but they were kind of put into a corner at that point, so there's nothing that we could do about it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't know what else. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I'm just checking up on the score real quick.
I have it right here.
31 to 41. Yeah, Chiefs. Anyway, before we move on to the next topic, in regards to movies, a movie that I'm really excited about, and I might go watch it this week before I leave, is 1917. You seen it? Yeah. A movie that I'm really looking forward to watching is 1917. As a history buff, literally and figuratively, I'm really into these type of movies. From my understanding of watching trailers, it's these two British guys that are trying to save about like 1,600 of their own soldiers by conveying a message to the whoever they're fighting. I know that I should probably know this as a history major, but I haven't done any research to figure out what what part they were fighting in,
Mhm.
or what part of the world they were fighting, or what part of Europe and such. So it could have been X versus B or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't know.
Well, he's racing because his brother's in that.
Yeah. I was gonna say
So,
that he could one of the characters can eventually save their brother by conveying this message to the
yeah.
other side. But anyways, it looks really really
It
good.
does look really good. It's directed by Sam Mendes, who did Skyfall,
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
Probably the best James Bond movie since Goldeneye.
Yeah, and
I mean, a lot of people like Casino Royale. I don't remember it all that much.
most of the things that I've read about this movie, like one or two, is that the whole camera like follows this guy around the whole time.
Yeah.
One of the main characters. So I'm really looking forward to it. And it has some people like the guy who played as Doctor Strange is in it.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah. That's a sick name. But yeah, so
if we were trying not to cuss, I would call him something else. I know, I've heard it before, but whatever.
But I am looking forward to watching that movie. But yeah, so I feel like after that, we can go ahead and move on to the next subject,
which is trends.
Trends.
We're going to go into Twitter and what is trending today, right now.
On Twitter. So, what's trending?
Which is what I'm checking right now.
Okay, so United States trends. The number one thing trending on Twitter right now is the Texans.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go ahead and click what they're talking about, but I could probably assume that it's like, dude, how are you blowing this lead? How are you losing?
Right? They started off that game amazing, and then it was 14-0. I think they got up to 21-0, and then
24,
I think, and then that's when the Chiefs started coming, just a roaring comeback.
Yeah. And then honestly, now that I'm looking at this, like, and I'm going down through the number one trending thing, all the way to basically 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12, it's all football.
It's all football or politics. And
we're not going to try to go to politics.
It is all football, man.
Gronk is tweeting with 2,802 tweets.
So I'm talking about Mahomes and
the Oilers, Damian Williams-Robinson, Valverde, who is, if you don't know who Valverde is the coach for FC Barcelona.
What Los just posted.
Yeah, I actually saw that earlier today, and I actually saved it because, I just thought it was funny. But other than that, I believe
pretty much it.
Yeah, because everything that it's trending it pertains to football.
I mean, we could talk about some technology stuff, but I mean,
I'm not really tech savvy besides like what's going on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Team iPhone,
Team Android, Samsung, baby.
But yeah, mostly everything's NFL playoffs. Deshaun Watson, Tony Romo, great announcer, by the way. Not quarterback, maybe. Hated him when he played for the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. But what the heck?
That's bad.
But other than that, it's just football.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
I mean, Jeep is coming out with a Jeep Wrangler that's electric, so there's that.
Yeah, see, he's into Jeeps.
Yeah, I'm super into Jeeps.
Yeah, but, I'm not.
I mean, as of today, I think it's just a bad day for trends because it's all the same
it's
thing.
all the same stuff. Oh, kind of random. So one of my coworkers the other day, I was working with them, of course, and they were talking about what astrological sign are you? And I personally, all I know is that I'm Cancer because I'm cancerous to society. But they're like, tell me, you should download CoStar. So I did, and I really don't know how to navigate through this thing, but I'm trying to figure it out. Today it tells me love is possible. It is easier than usual to get to the bottom of things. Be open to your past selves. Whatever that means, I do not know. Okay? I'm not going to go around like, what kind of you hate people? Oh yeah, you're a Scorpio. I knew that. I totally caught that. No, I'm just trying to figure this out, honestly. I know this is kind of a random spiel, but yeah. Other than that, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should end it off on number one. I want to see Uncut Gems with this guy right here. What's his name? Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Yeah.
I heard it's badass.
Bad.
Well, I mean, because it's his first dramatic performance since I think Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
So I'm down to see that. But what cool story here? A 20-year-old gamer in America saved a friend's life from more than 5,000 miles away when he heard him experiencing a seizure over his headset. I think it's that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
damn.
But
gamers, man.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna end it here, but like we said before, we're gonna try to do this every week
or so.
We're
busy, honestly, man. Like, I start the semester back up next week, actually, when I come back from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'll be taking 10 units in grad school. On top of that, working 2 jobs and still trying to somehow manage and juggle a somewhat social life and life. On top of being able to go to the gym, bend bars, set PRs, and all that, and then he works a full-time job and he's going to school at the same time.
I technically have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
There's both in education, but like I said, I work all day. Got a girlfriend. Trying to do. Because it's
yes, I know.
time.
Yes, I know. It's very time consuming.
It's not
I've been there,
consuming, but it's just time.
It is time consuming. No offense to my ex-girlfriend.
But I got school. I have, I might be moving in a month.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the process of trying to figure that out as well. So.
Yeah. So it's a busy time, but we're gonna try to do this
as much as possible.
I know we had fun today.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. First show.
So not that it matters, but we're gonna keep trying it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
and at the end of the day, whatever we say, take it like a grain of salt, because at the end of the day,
not that it matters, but
yeah, not that it matters.
See you later. Peace.